Welcome everyone, it's Kirok here. Glad you could join me again. Today, you're in for a special treat. I'm going to show you around my old place. Actually, it's the first place I started on this server, the first base I made. Hey buddy, this is my old dog. And this is my old place here. It's in an older area of the server, so a lot of the land in this area doesn't have some of the latest new biome generation that has been included in Minecraft. If I remember correctly, I started playing in this area on version 1.7, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to give you a tour of my place, my very first base. It's pretty big. Well, relatively fair size, I would say. So it might be split into 2 episodes. So let's begin. This is the main entrance to the mountain that I chose. You can see I named my base Northumberland. Yeah, so I'll take you for a tour inside to the top of the mountain. You can see the doors are still messed up. Since that update that they did when they changed the way they behave with redstone. So that was the front entrance we just went in. This room is kind of a buffer room. You got to keep in mind, when I built this area, I was like brand new to Minecraft, constantly getting my butt kicked with zombies and skeletons and creepers blowing up. So my design of a base was always in the bottom of a mountain, a buffer room, so if I ever got overrun, I'd have another room here where, you know, I'm secure. So I'd have a room where they can go in there and I don't really care. I could always retreat to this area here. And here I got a couple of things set up for, you know, the usual storage, furnace, tool chest, or crafting bench. And when I first started, these two were like the only 2 holes in the mountain. And I'd go out, collect stuff, come back, make things, and then slowly at night I'd explore. So this room down here, actually I'll show you the sign. Sorry, mini rail to gravity trap and skelly dungeon. I will show that off, but that might be in the second episode. But this room originally was a pool, a natural water formation, and then later on I got rid of it and turned it into a track that leads to one of my traps. So when I first started out in this base, I just started digging, and over here, actually, hold on. Yeah, this is the room that we were in. Over here I have just an extra room that leads to a set of stairs. These stairs lead to the top of the mountain to my actual home base, and then these stairs lead to my base where I have the storage room, an underground tree farm, and I'll show you that. So first let's go upstairs to the base. Yeah, we'll go up, and what I did is I did a series of landings. And I started naming them, you know, North Hall, first level, and this one continues up, and then this was the West Hall massive spawn trap. So essentially the idea was that I would have stairs that lead up to a couple of landings, and then on each landing I would have doors that lead out in different directions, north, south, east, west, in order to explore the mountain and get to different areas. But we're going up to each of the landings and all the way up to the top base. So here you can see second level North Hall and East Hall for second level as well, and then this continues up. And this is the upper level, or raining, mountain top. And I can get in to my base through this trap door, so I'm not exposed, or I can go through the opening of these doors. I am exposed. I've got a nice view here. That's one of my traps. I will explain that later on. So I use this as a temporary staging area for furnaces and chests while I was building the top, but now it's just a landing is all it is, with a nice lookout. Up here, I'll explain this later as well, it leads to my base. So this was my my first building or base that I constructed. You can walk all the way around, actually not all the way, up to this point, and then around up to this point. I'll show you how it is built. So this here is what I call the sunroom. I think the sun rises in that direction over there, and I can close the door. I have a little hallway enclosed in glass, so it's nice and safe. And then here I would have an opening where I can actually view over top of my mountain everything that's around me. Man, this brings back so many memories, and I miss it so much. Anyways, yeah, you can go right around the whole base, totally enclosed, so you're safe, as you can see. Of course, these doors don't really make you safe anymore, but that's no big deal, because I don't really come back here anymore that often. So yeah, there's the sunroom. There's my first floor of the house. And I got a lot of torches. This is how I used to do the light styles previously. Torches on a block. And there's a series of doors that lead to that same hall that goes all the way around the base. And then there's a series of doors that lead to the outside open air. This was kind of like the garden area. There we go. So we'll go upstairs. I'll show you the second floor. There's really not a whole lot in the floors. I put like pictures and bookshelves. That's the second floor. And this leads to basically a roundabout, like a balcony, and then over here over top of the sunroom, covered up again with glass above. And same here, this leads to that lookout area, but above it, with the glass covering us above. And we'll go up one more, because I believe it was one more flight. Yeah, so this is the terrace, and on the terrace I have a roundabout or a balcony that goes around, all made of glass, again above the sunroom. So the whole idea was that I could be anywhere and kind of see anything at any point. And then I put a tree up here as well. There you go. Yeah, wow. And then over here I have what is basically a kind of a tower. I have access from here to bring me up to the top. That's my highest lookout point. And when I built this, this was the highest that you could go in the game until they raised the ceiling or the roof in terms of the highest point you could build to. Yeah, this leads into the second floor. Yeah, so that's my old house. This is my old place. Ah. Man, it's been a while. Yep, so I was watching a bunch of videos way back then and learned about water breaks for high drops, and that's when I built this. Leads all the way back down to the bottom with a water break at the bottom. Let's see if we can get an angle from outside. Whoops. Whoa. Yeah, you can't really see it, but I can show you from downstairs when we get down there. So let's take it. Let's go down. Whee! And that's it. And we are back at the front area of my base. And that is what we just came down. So it was a quick way to get down if I needed to. And I'm being attacked. Yeah, get him, boy. Go get him. Sick him. Ah, that's a good boy. Come on, let's go. Come on. So that's the base. Now I'm going to show you the bottom, or the lower section of the base. There's two ways to go down there. You can go down these set of stairs, but I'll show you from the original area, or the original path that I created. This door leads down, and it leads to another landing. You'll notice I have a ton of doors everywhere, and that's because it was my method of kind of like fail-safing. If something managed to get in, I'd have another door. If something managed to get past that door, I'd have another door. Kind of like a submarine to block water. But yeah, now that I've gotten a little more secure in what I do, I don't really use doors as much. So this is a landing that then leads into my storage / furnace room. And this is the storage room. This is my old style storage room. You'll notice that I have dirt blocks placed on the walls. These are actual placeholders. Oh, Evil's off for the night. So yeah, these dirt blocks are basically placeholders that kind of represent where I'm going to be placing chests, and as I kept gathering more resources, as you can see here, I started placing the proper blocks that represent what's held in those chests, and then I would place those items in those chests. So here you can see I don't have any glowstone, but I put jack-o'-lanterns in there simply because they offer light just like glowstone does. Here is the lapis that I found. Yeah, lots of it. And then these 4 chests were basically chests that contained like knickknacks and stuff. And oh, did you see that? Yeah, I still got spawners. Nice. Yeah, here's a food chest. Here's my growing trees chest, saplings and stuff like that. And it wasn't like, compared to my current storage room, this is I would say small to medium sized. See, I got gold, iron, yeah, the usual, no wood. Yeah, and then here at the end I'd have furnaces where I can actually throw in anything I needed to cook, coal on the left side, and an incinerator. Yep, so this was the actual storage room, and I basically, the way it worked is I dug down and hit a cave, and here's my tree farm. So we came down in here, which led directly into the storage room from there, and then I built this wall up, but this storage room was actually part of this entire cave, and I just hollowed it out and used the rest of the area for this tree farm. So this is where I would get all my wood. And yeah, it's yeah, old. And here we go. I got grass down here the old-fashioned way. I got it from this area here. I'll show you. I won't go there yet. I got grass from up there all the way down here. I grew it the old-fashioned way before Silk Touch. It's fair to note that a lot of what you see in this base was done all in survival, because it was before I was even opt. Remember, I was brand new to the server. Yeah, so yeah, so what happens is with all this grass here and the trees, I get animals that spawn in here, sheep, cows. So based on that, I figured I would create a trap for friendly mobs, and that's that big thing that you saw outside at the front of the base, but we'll get into that probably, as I said, on the next episode. Where the hell is that? Oh well. Anyways, so yeah, here's the tree farm. I'd collect all the tree, or the wood, the saplings and everything, replant and get my wood this way. This is the cobblestone manufacturing. So this is not my design. I saw this on a YouTube video. I don't remember who it was. I'm sorry. I would put the link in the description, but right now I'd probably have to do a lot of searching to find it, and that was a while ago. So all you got to do is break it, and another one forms. Break it, another one forms. Break it. Oh, I lost that one. Yeah, that's it. So the water just falls straight down, and then when the lava comes out, it meets and creates cobblestone. And I made a whole bunch of stations. The idea behind this was I would jump up here, whoa, and just keep going. And of course, remember, this was before, there you go, and it's all ready. And I just turn around and go back the other way. And this was all before enchanting was available. There was no enchantment in the game. There we go. Yeah, so that's my cobblestone generator. I guess what I can show you guys next is, oh nice, I got a bow off that guy. What I can show you next is the mine, because then I needed materials, so I created a mine. Let's see, let's go through here. So this little pool was here originally. I just cleaned it up a little, never moved it, never got rid of it. Figured it was nice to have a little pool indoors. Yes, okay. Let's go to the mine quick. Oh, that's where he is. Hello. Yeah, you know what? Okay, I'll save the mine for later. What I'll do is I'll explain what the heck this door is. Alright. So, when I started watching videos online, I was like, oh, you can make traps. That's awesome. So, I started thinking and planning and deciding how I wanted to do it. And I basically envisioned this. This is my trap. It's a small spawn trap. There's no spawner. It's basically a big dark area that has water flow, which brings mobs, I'll show you, across from inside there. They drop into a chamber, drown, because they get caught up in there. Here you go. Here's a good example. And then they just drown, and then their drops come straight to me. Now, this was before I knew how the mechanics worked for mobs, how they spawned. So it was more of an experimentation. But for a first try, it was actually pretty good. There we go. There's some gunpowder coming. And I just reach down, pick it up. There's my gunpowder. Yeah. Don't want that. Anyways, so then I realized it wasn't working so well, and what I decided was, oh well, when mobs come after, or when they see me, they come after me. So I decided to build a tunnel all the way through, and here's the internal workings. So there's the chamber they fall in and drown. Here's the water that pushes them into place. Okay, here's the flaw in this design. They spawn in the chamber. Boom! No! Oh god. No. I don't want him to blow, because then the glass will go, and that ruined it all. Alright, well, I'll block it off for now. No big deal. Anyways, yeah, so the idea was that they would see me through the glass and follow me, and you'll notice that I have... Oh, somebody put torches. You'll notice that I have a tunnel that goes all the way down, because it goes into a cave. So my assumption was that they would see me. There you go, he saw me, and now he would follow me. And now he is tracking me, but only because there was a hole in the glass. And it took me a while to figure that out, because they weren't following me before I put the hole in the glass. But now they are. I mean, now they do. But basically what I was doing is I was using myself as bait to try and pull them across. And as you can see, it doesn't really work well. So I used it. I had the setup. I had fun making it. But in the end, it was a trap that didn't work so well. I mean, you saw it working. I did get some loot from it. But it was a pretty flawed design. So as I watched more videos and started learning about how traps work and how to build a better trap, I decided I was going to build a huge trap. And that's over here. So I think this is the last thing I'm going to show you in this episode. And then later we'll get into the friendly mob trap, and I'll show you the mine. And then I'll show you the best trap I ever built, which again is not my design, and I will give full credit because I know who that belongs to. But at this point, I'll show you this, which was my complete brainchild. It's essentially a larger version, you'll see here, massive spawn trap, of that one over there, only like much bigger. So this is the loot area. That is the drowning chamber. If you look carefully, you'll see that there's lava dropping. See that? So I incorporated lava into this design, and I also incorporated pistons, and it works actually really well for my very first, no, actually not my very first, that guy over there was my first one. This was my second trap, but on a large scale. So I'll show you how it works. If we go upstairs, this is basically the spawn area. When I built this, from this corner here to the corner over there, it's 40 blocks. So this is a 40 by 40. Sorry, I said that wrong. From this corner to that corner, it's 40. From that corner to that corner, it's 40. So this is the first one that I decided I'm going to build something that I can turn on and off. Now, you can see everything in there because I have the lights on. There are lights above us. And the water is on, which is, in essence, disables this spawn trap. All I'd have to do is turn the lights off and turn the water off, and then this area becomes a huge area into which mobs can spawn. You can see it's stepped down, because what's happening is there are troughs of water at each level that are held in place by pistons that come up from underneath. And basically, when you turn off the water, those pistons come up and hold or contain the water, which stops it from flowing, therefore turning the trap on and allowing spawnable area for all the mobs that can spawn. Now, this trap has no filter in the sense that anything can spawn in there. I guess Endermen, skeletons, zombies, spiders, they'll all spawn in there. And I'm going to show you, I'll demonstrate it in a sec. But before we do it, we show it in action. I will take you to the roof or the ceiling of it to show you the lighting mechanism. Now, it was all glowstone. So basically, there are pistons underneath these cobblestone blocks that retract and expose the glowstone so that the light from the glowstone will go down, and it's repeated right through. And I lit this room up as well, prevent spawning, but then again the glowstone's giving quite a bit of light off. This glowstone came from the Nether, and it was actually a donation from someone when I started on the server. They basically, had creative powers and gifted me like stacks of glowstone, and I loved it. And ever since then, I fell in love with glowstone. So that's the upstairs, and I believe, I don't remember now. You can see it right here in the section I'm standing, how it's exposed, right? I think it's that one. Yep. So now all the lights went off. See that? But the water is still disabling it. And we got squids. But before I disable the water, I'm going to show you the mechanism that operates the water. We're going to go downstairs. Underneath, here's the loot zone and drown chamber. We're going to go down below. And this was intended as the storage room for all the loot. I wonder how much... Yeah, not much. Because every time I got something, I would just keep it. I wouldn't really store it. So let's go in here. And this is the piston mechanism at each level. The water's right above us. You can see the drops coming. Which trigger or block the source blocks of water from running along, or release the water so that the water can run and, in essence, turn off the spawnable areas. Yeah, here was a service hatch, which I never really set up with any kind of door or anything. If I break these two sands, I'll be out in the corner. I don't want to do that because the water's going to come in. So let's go back down. And yeah, so basically this was my first real redstone project. And it was a little bit on the overwhelming side. Simple, but you can see I could have done something as simple as put a whole bunch of repeaters all along and then one line of redstone. But I didn't know how to do that at the time. So instead, I alternated. I sent a signal from one redstone line to alternating pistons skipping the ones in between, and then on the other side I sent a line to the ones I skipped before, skipping the other ones. It does the job, but you know, there was definitely a better way to do it. And now that I know, I mean, if I had to rebuild it, I would do it properly, but regardless. So you guys saw how the lights above turn on and off. Now I'm going to show you how the pistons below allow you to turn off the water flow. So this is the lights. Nothing is spawned, even though the lights are dark or are off. And that's because all the water's there. I'm going to disable the water. There you go. And if we leave it long enough, we'll start seeing spawns pop up. Well, I don't know if it still works, but we should see something. No, usually in the past, as soon as I turn that light off, boom, they would just start spawning. Yeah, it looks like one of the updates may have broke it. That's too bad. Was looking forward to showing off how it worked. I'll show you what's on the side here. We'll leave it off, or we'll leave it enabled. Come this way. So down this way here. Oops. Oh. Yeah. Okay. One of the chests. There we go. It was situated this way, and you could run around this way, but when they did one of the updates, the chests changed direction. That's okay. So from here, you could actually stand and watch the creatures or the mobs make their way and then fall into the drown chamber. And this design here was my attempt to get rid of spiders, which actually worked pretty good. Basically, what would happen is the lava would come to a certain point. The spiders would fall down. Oh, look, we got a creeper. Nice. The spiders would fall down. They'd get caught in this spot because they can't go through that one block wide drop. And then they would try climbing, and they would basically burn up in the lava. Now, as you can tell, see, took that guy a while to fall in, right? But that wasn't the point, or that wasn't the actual goal. There we go. We got some spawns. All right, awesome. Now I can demonstrate. Basically, you'd wait, because you're in the area, they would spawn. So I'd wait till like some spiders spawned. Oh, yeah, the creeper beneath us is drowning. I'd wait for a whole bunch of different things to spawn, and then once they'd get all spawned up, I would turn on the water. It would disable the trap and slowly bring the guys to their death, as you can see. Let's go to the other side so you can see that. And there you go. And this would force them all into the drown chamber. I would just simply leave it off, or I would head back up there and turn the lights on. You get the idea? Let's go. Let's turn the lights back on before I go down. And down here is where these guys would drown. And of course, once they drowned, they would leave their loot. That's it. That's how it worked. I'd get some pretty good returns on it. Remember, this was back in the day when zombies dropped feathers, so that was really, really good. And that was my massive spawn trap. My first real huge trap and redstone mechanism. Had a lot of fun putting that together. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the episode at this point. When we get back, or when you guys come back, I'll do like a part 2. And on the part 2, I will show you this area here. All this. And then I will show you, let's go outside. That guy right there, that huge structure. Actually, I'll probably show you that first, and then I'll show you that one over there. Whoa, what's up? Yeah. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.